other classes, I'm going to be recording this class, and this class is going to be the online store class. In this class, we're going to be focusing on appointments online that allows your customer to book the appointments through your website, as well as staff schedule online, which allows your staff to check their schedule through the website, as well as gift certificates online and retail online, meaning you can sell gift certificates online and you can sell product online. So that's what the online store is all about. And if you are going to be using the cloud version of the software with the app that we're just releasing, that app only works with the cloud, and it requires that the online store is up and running. So let's get started. Going to click on Online. And that brings me up to my Setup Online Store window. Again, looks a little bit confusing, but don't mind it, because we're going to go over each field, and it's really very simple. The first thing we need to do, though, is set up what we call a storefront. Now, you may not be using everything. Maybe you just want to have your staff checking their schedule online, or you just want your appointments to book appointments online, and your clients, to book appointments online, and you're not going to be selling gift certificates or retail or anything like that, and that's fine. You just let me know if you want me to skip anything at all. But whether you're using one item or all four of those items, you need to set up your storefront. And how is the storefront set up on this page? And it's going to look something like this. And I say something like this because you are in control of the colors, you're in control of the artwork, you're in control of the social networking icons, and of course, which features are actually going to be available. In fact, once those features are set up and the storefront is set up, you don't even need to have your customers go to your storefront in order to use them. Each one of them has their own separate link or URL, which you could then create as a separate button on your website. So instead of having a button that says, click here to visit our store, where then they are brought somewhere like this, you could have something like click here to book appointments online, and they would be brought to directly to where they would be booking appointments online, etc. Okay, so let's talk about how this is set up. First things first, where it says existing website address, we put in our business's website address. That's what goes here. Next, email address. Now, you don't have to actually have anything here. The system will work just fine without you putting an email address in here, but it's a nice feature, because if the email address is here, then you can receive notifications when somebody makes a purchase of retail or books an appointment online, etc. Again, unnecessary, because if somebody does book an appointment online, that appointment will actually show on your appointment book, and it will have its own unique color and a word next to it that says web, so that you know that it was booked online. You can also run a report that will show you every appointment that was in fact booked online. So again, not required that you have this email address, but a good idea. Next, terms and conditions. When you get this and you look at it for the first time, this is a blank, empty white box. You write whatever you want your terms and conditions to be. Now, I am using all three features: appointments online, gift certificates, retail online, and because of that, I address all of them here. Like, all purchases of gift certificates or cards or products online are final sales. No refunds are available. We require 48-hour advance notice of any cancellation or rescheduling of an online appointment. Failure to do so may result in a 25% charge. So that's what I've written. Again, whatever your terms and conditions are that are important to you, that's what you're going to put here. Next, we have the bottom message. Now, let's take a look at that page again. Down here, and I'll make it bigger so you can see it, make it a lot bigger. At the very bottom of the screen, we have a terms and conditions link, and we have a bottom message. Again, it's very small. It's just something that's there. It's kind of like the legalese. You do not have to have anything there, but you certainly can. And I've got something as simple as Pro Solutions Software Inc. 2011-17, all rights reserved. You can put something there, whatever you want, like, if you have any questions, please call, and a telephone number. Again, it's going to be pretty darn small, so you're going to want to consider that when putting your message there. Next, we have the API login and the API transaction key. Now, what are these? First, you don't need them at all if you are not selling gift certificates or product online. You only need these if you are selling gift certificates or products online. And what are they? We use a gateway, a payment gateway, an internet payment gateway called authorize.net. And let me take you to their website really quick, authorize.net. What you're going to do is you get an online merchant ID from whoever your credit card processor is. And of course, we'd love for you to use ours. You don't have to though. And if you get a merchant ID, an online merchant ID from your current credit card processor, which by the way, an online merchant ID is different than your brick and mortar ID. But if you get an online merchant ID from them, you would then go to authorize.net and you would create an account with them. And when you create an account with them, you will be assigned, that's right, you guessed it, an API login and a transaction key. That's what goes here. It is that payment gateway that will allow you to accept credit cards through your online store. And again, it doesn't have to be through our processor. It can be through your own processor that you choose. But you must use authorize.net because that is the gateway that we use. So again, if you're selling gift certificates or retail, you've got to have the login and the transaction key. If you're not, you can just leave them blank. If all you're doing is allowing customers to book appointments online and letting your staff check their schedule online, then these are not required. Next, up here at the top, we have main image. Again, remember I said you're in control of the appearance. So let's take a look at it the way it is right now. This is the way I've got it set up right now. This is the main banner. The main banner not only sits at the top, but it also is going to be the banner that will be on the top of your gift certificates that people purchase online, or emails that they may receive may have that banner on them as well. Then we have a side banner and a bottom banner. So I've got my main image here, and I'm going to click on upload, and now I get to choose any image I want I've got in my computer that's going to fit that space. If you put an image up there and don't like the way it fits the space, or maybe it's too big, too small, whatever, we have a graphic arts department available to you that will either give you the specifications so that you can do it yourself, or they can help you build the banners for you. So we're going to hit browse, and we're going to go to a different part of the software here, my computer here, so that I can choose some new website artwork. And here we go. Whoops. That's not what I want. Here we go, online store. There we go. So my main image, I've got topspa.png there right now. I'm going to choose a new top image, and I'm going to go with this one and upload. It should take just a few seconds, usually 5 seconds or less. Let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, and we're done. That was probably about 7 seconds because I started late, but still, it's up there. I can close that. File has been uploaded, and the new image name appears here. Well, let's take a look. Let's go into the store, and let's refresh our store. And now we have a new image. Really simple. I go to upload for my side banner, browse. I'll go with the foot this time. There we go. And open and upload. Let's start counting again. 1001, 1002. That was quick. Close that, and let's refresh. And now we've got a new side banner. And then finally, our bottom banner, upload, browse. I've got my bottom banner here, and upload. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and we're done. Really simple and easy. And let's refresh. Okay, so now we've got the banner we want. Still though, maybe not the look we're going for. So our main color, the main color is the color behind the buttons here. And when you're at another screen, behind your text and your buttons. So we're going to change that. I'm going to highlight that, and I am going to go to light green. I want it to be a light color because my font is going to be black. And because I know my font is going to be black, I want my main color to be very light. If I wanted to change my font color to something like white or yellow, then I'd want my main color to be very dark, because you need to have that contrast so that it's easy to read. So we'll save the changes we made, and let's take a look. Let's refresh, and now we've got that green color. Let's go back to our main store image. There we go. And head on back to our setup here. The background color. That's all of this wasted space you see on the left and right. Now, you might say, you just called it wasted. Yeah, I did. It's wasted because I'm looking at it on a PC screen. You may be looking at it on a Mac screen or something like that, but if you were looking at it on your smartphone, it wouldn't be wasted. This is formatted for your smartphone. So yes, you can actually use this right through your smartphone. Now, it's not an app, it's a web page, but you can use it right on your smartphone. We do have an app. That's not what this is. Background color, click. I'm going to change this to a nice dark green and save that. And let's go ahead and take a look at our changes. All right, now it's starting to take shape a little bit, but I've still got these blue buttons here that really don't match what I'm going for. I'm going to skip all of this. We'll get back to that in just a moment, but I'm going to come down here to my button color, and I'm going to change it to one of my other main colors I have here. Now, we only have these colors, but they should match your website to some extent. So I'm going to go with green and save. And let's take a look at the changes that we've made here. Let's refresh that. Now this is looking the way I want it to look, okay? Again, you want it to have a feel for your website. And let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to take you to one of our current customers. So this is a current customer, Duncan Edward at European Hair Design. And if I were to go to, for instance, appointments, this is the way they've done it. They don't even have a bottom banner. I wish they did. Oh, they do. It's awful big, though. My goodness, look at the size of their bottom banner.
Oh my
okay,
God.
That's awfully large. That's why it took a little bit of time to pull up. That's why. So they went with a gigantic bottom banner. They've got their top banner. They've got their side. But look, this is the same screen that you're going to be looking at. But this is the way theirs is set up, and this is their actual website. And if you went to different parts of it, etc., this is their actual website, and this is ours on their website. So again, you get to make it have a look and feel that's going to be similar to your website. So don't worry about the way you see this look here. You might feel like this doesn't look anything like your website, but by using your colors, your imagery, etc., it's going to have the look and feel of your website. Okay? All right, so moving on. Now I'm going to come down here to font size. When you first set this up, your font size default is 3. We recommend that you leave it at 3 or change it to possibly 4 if you want your font to be a little bit bigger. Don't get any numbers other than that. Don't choose a 5 or a 6 or, God forbid, a 12. The larger the number is, the more you're going to be offsetting the format, and you want the format to fit properly not only for your smartphone, but you don't want your customers to be trying to look for words that are off the screen. So 3 or 4. 4 is going to be your maximum. Next, font name. Arial is the default. You can choose any font that you have installed on your computer, so you can make it really crazy, and we've seen some really crazy. I don't like really crazy because it makes it hard for your customers to read, especially if you're using script or something like that. Then it's like handwritten, and it makes it more difficult for your customers to read, especially if they're using a smartphone and not their computer, so the words are going to be much, much smaller on a tiny screen like that. So again, Arial is the most commonly found font used on the internet, and is very easily readable. So that's the one that we have already recommended for you, and it's the default. I recommend that you just leave it that way. Can you change it? Yes. Next, font color. All you need to do is click on these boxes. If I click on this box here, I get this window, and I can choose any font color I want. Maybe instead of going with black, I decided to go with a dark blue. Dark is still going to work because it's against a light background. So let's just see what that looks like. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to go to Book Now, and now my words are in blue. Again, I prefer black. So I'm going to choose black and OK and save. Let's go on back and refresh. A little bit easier to read, my opinion. You get to make your fonts any color you want. So after choosing my font color, I now get to choose my hyperlinks, my hyperlink colors. You know what a hyperlink is, of course. It's a link that takes you to another web page. So I've said I want my hyperlink color to be this light or dark blue. Then I've got my previously visited link color, which means if your customer has already visited that link, then it will be shown as burgundy in this case. Again, you can choose any color you want. When you bring your mouse over the link, I want it to change to this hot pink. Again, you get to choose any color you want. I like the hot pink because it's easily recognizable. Finally, the active hyperlink. This is the link that you're currently in, and I say I want it to be that blue again. So those are the changes I've made. And if you look here, if I bring my mouse, the help button I've never visited. But the sign up store and home and the create your free account and the lost password and operator login, I've visited all of them, which is why they're burgundy. Help I've never visited, so it's blue. But when I bring my mouse over to it, it's pink, 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 pink. All of my hyperlinks turn pink when I bring the mouse over them because I said my mouse over link color is pink. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what we have done by filling in these fields is we have created our storefront. This is our storefront. We've created it successfully. Now we need to tell the software what features we're going to use. And we do that with these three buttons: appointments, gift cards or gift certificates, and retail. So I click on, for instance, something like appointments. That brings up this window. This is going to allow me to control my appointment booking online. So first things first, I write a welcome screen message. Welcome to our online booking feature. If you have not yet registered, please click on the Create Your Free Account Now and assign yourself a username and password. If you have already created an account, please feel free to log right in. Alyssa. Now, why on earth does it say Alyssa? Let's take a look here. I'm going to go here, and look, there it is. It says, feel free to log right in, Alyssa. Well, the reason it says that is because I was teaching somebody named Alyssa, and I can use any name. And I don't need to put anything there. Of course, it's going to be whatever I want it to be. But what I want to show you is that whatever you write is going to be instantly changed online. So when your customers go there, what you have written there is what they're going to see. So be careful about what you write. And make sure that you've got your good spelling and all those types of things. You want to make sure that this gives your customer a good feel for your business. And no one gets a good feel for a business that's got a lot of typos, bad grammar, maybe even, God forbid, somebody's playing with it and used, a foul word. You certainly, anything you type in that box, they're going to be able to see instantly. So that's why I do that. Okay, so I've written my welcome screen message, then my confirmation message. When the customer has completed going through the process of booking themselves an appointment, they're going to see a confirmation message. They're also going to get an email that tells them that they successfully created their appointment. And I've written this. Again, you write whatever you want. I've said, congratulations, you have successfully booked your appointment online. Easy peasy. Next, cancellation policy. Whatever your cancellation policy is for your online bookings, that's what you should have written here. Notice I said for your online bookings. It can be exactly the same as your regular cancellation policy, but sometimes people have different cancellation policies for online than they do for when people call in or book there at the shop. So whatever you're doing for your online booking cancellation policy, that is what the text should show here. Next, we have show prices. If it is gray with an X, what this means is that when somebody is looking at your services to book an appointment, they will not see your default prices. If you have checked this blue with the plus sign, then they will see your default prices. So if you've got standard prices throughout your salon and spa, then I say show prices. That's a good idea. If, however, every one of your staff has got a different price, or you're constantly changing prices based on the different clients that are coming in, then I would say don't show the prices. And you might, in fact, include a line that might say something like prices shown may vary, or something like that. And or if no prices are showing, just say, go to our menu for prices or something like that. But again, I don't bother showing prices. Most places don't, but it's entirely up to you. Next, hours in advance. What does this mean? Now, I've put a 1 here. You can put any number you want in there, but that number is going to reflect the number of hours that the customer will see as far as in advance of the time that they're booking. Now, that sounds a little confusing. Let me explain. Let's say that you were going to book online at 9 a.m. If there was a 0 there, then you would be able to book at 9 a.m. And you may not want that. You may not want somebody at home booking an appointment for 5 minutes from now, or 10 minutes from now, or at that moment, because they're not even going to be able to make it in time. However, if you put a 1 there, then that means that if they are booking at 9 a.m., then the first appointment option they would be shown, if it was available, would be 10 a.m. If you put a 2 there and it was 9 a.m. in the morning, the first appointment they would see, if it was available, would be 11 a.m. So it advances that many hours into the future before it shows them available appointment bookings. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to guess by your silence that the answer to that is yes. Okay, Next, we have our max days out. Max days out works the same way as hours in advance, but it's in whole days. So if I put a 1 here, then if I was booking today, the first available booking I would be able to see would be for tomorrow. If I put a 2 here, the first available booking I'd be able to see would be for the day after tomorrow. By putting a 0 here, they can book on the same day. And then my cancellation policy. I've said 48 hours advance notice is required, so I put a 48 here. That way, if they attempted to unbook their appointment online, they would not be able to do so if they were within 48 hours. But if they were at 49 hours or more, then they would be able to unbook it online if they chose to. You can put anything you want in here. I could put 480 in here, which would mean that they would have to be within 20 days in order to unbook. So that's a little bit crazy. But you put whatever number of hours you want in there, if any. Next is the booking color. Just like the other boxes that we changed colors in, you click on this box and choose a color. I like the hot yellow. That lets me know that this appointment was booked online. Whatever your colors are you're using when you book appointments, it doesn't matter. If somebody books it online, it's going to be whatever color you've chosen here. It's a way for you to be able to differentiate between appointments that were booked online from appointments that you booked there at the shop. Then we have only book on the, and we have several different options: hour, half hour, quarter hour, 10 minutes, or 5 minutes. I recommend the hour or the half hour so that it's a little bit cleaner for your customers. For instance, let's say that Kathy was available from 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock tomorrow. She leaves at 5, but she's got nothing booked 12 o'clock till she leaves at 5, okay? Well, if I've got it set to book on the hour and somebody wanted Kathy tomorrow, then they would get the option of 12, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So they would get 5 total options: 12, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If I said on the half hour, they would get 10 options for that same amount of time. They would get 12, 12:30, 1, 1:30, 2, 2:30, etc. If you said on the quarter hour, however, now they're going to be getting 20 options. And they would get 12, 12:15, 12:30, 12:45, 1 o'clock, 1:15, etc. It starts to get crazy here. On the 10-minute, they would get 30 options. And on the 5-minute, they would get 60 options. So something to consider in 5 hours to give a customer 60 options just seems a little bit gratuitous. So you can go with that. And so there are some people that say, no, 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 we've got to squeeze in everything we can. So we're going to go with 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes even. And that's why they're there, because some customers demand them. That's fine. However, I or a half hour to give a cleaner look to your customers. So I'm going to go back to the hour here. Next, up here, select which operators, groups, and or services will be restricted from online scheduling. What that means is there will be a list here of all of your employees, and any employees that you put a check next to will not be available to be booked online. Only those that are unchecked will be available for online bookings. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Same with your groups of services. I'm saying I'm going to allow hair, laser, massage, nails, and waxing to be booked online. But I will not allow Botox, light facials, microderms, skincare, skinner, wet services, or yoga classes to be booked online. None of those are going to be able to be booked online, just those 4 or 5 actually that I have left unchecked. Then I have individual services within those groups. So I might say, you know what, massages can be booked online, but here we go. Shiatsu 30s cannot be booked online. Physical therapy 30s cannot be booked online. And Swedish 30s cannot be booked online. So even though they're in the group, said the massage group can be booked online, those individual services cannot because I have placed checks there. Once I have finished checking off those things that I want to restrict, if anything, then I press Save. Your settings have been saved, and I'm good to go. So let's take a look. Let's pretend that I started at the store, go to Book Now. I can now put in my customer's username and password and log in. Now it's my customer that's doing this on their smartphone or on their computer at home. Choose a service or group, and these are the groups that I allow to be booked online. So I'm going to go with, say, nails. Then it's going to load up for me the list of services within that group. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it a little better. And I'm going to say acrylic tips full. That's the service that I'm choosing. Next, it asks me to choose an operator. These are the people who can actually do an acrylic tips full. Now, if I choose any operator, then the first person it's going to try to book with is Anna. The next client that chooses any operator the first one that it'll try is Kathy. The next client that chooses any operator, Maureen, etc. It goes round robin that everybody gets first. And that means that will always be the case because your customer can choose one of these. So if you're 10 customers in a row all choose Kathy, well then Kathy's going to get 10 appointments. And that's just fine because that's who they want to see. But again, if they say, I don't care who I want to see, it'll go through the list based on whoever was next. And so I'm going to say Melinda, and now I get to choose a date. And I'm going to say Friday the 26th and check available times. So again, this is what your customer is doing on their computer or smartphone. And now all of Melinda's available times, notice they're on the hour. That's because that's what I selected, 9, 10, 11, etc. Now, I believe Melinda's wide open tomorrow. So if I had set it on the 5-minute, there would have been a ton of options here. So I'm going to go with 11 a.m., continue to confirmation. And here we go. Below are the services that you have chosen to be scheduled. Acrylic tips full at 11 a.m. on May 26, 2017 with Melinda. Do I want to book the appointment? Do I want to add another service to my cart? Or do I want to wipe this out and start over? Notice my 48 hours advance notice is there, and I'm going to say book appointment. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I book the appointment, services that have been scheduled for you. Thank you, Bella, for booking with us today. We appreciate your loyalty. It knows who's using it because they had to log in. That's why it's able to say, thank you, Bella. Done. Let's take a look. Now, the customer just received an email, by the way, with all of that information. And I am going to go to a book, and I'm going to go to tomorrow, the 26th, and let's take a look at Melinda's schedule. There's Melinda, and there at 11 o'clock, Bella, and it says web, and it's in that bright yellow that I picked for acrylic tips full. So it worked beautifully, just exactly the way I wanted it to. So they're doing that from their computer at home, they're doing it from the back of the car on their phone, and the appointment gets booked. Of course, the only available options they will see are just that, available options. If the employee is already booked, they would not be given that as an option. Or if they're not working that day, or if they're having lunch, whatever. If that time is occupied, or it's not available because that customer doesn't work that day, they will not be given an option. And in fact, if they chose Melinda and they chose a day that Melinda does not work, it will tell them that there are no available times for this day, and they would have to choose either a different day or a different therapist or stylist. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
All right, so that's the process of your client booking online. I'm going to go ahead and log out. Now, I've set myself up in here, but I don't have any appointments booked for myself. So let's very, very quickly book a few appointments for me. So we'll go with Teresa DeBaki, and we'll go with a hair service, and we're going to go with a blow, dry, and curl, and we're going to book that with Matthew at 10 o'clock. Whoops, left click, right click. Going a little bit too fast for my fingers. And let's also do Shelly Habecker here, and let's give her a color one step with Matthew, and we'll do that at 12 o'clock. Okay, so I booked a couple of appointments for myself today. Let's go back now to that window. Now let's say that Matthew is, oh, excuse me, this is for the customer. I don't want that. I want my operator, my staff member. So my staff member goes here right from their smartphone, perhaps, and they click on operator login. And it takes them here. Now this is where they are going to put in their username and their password. And it will already be saved for them if they're using their smartphone or if they're using something like Google and it says, do you want us to remember this? And you say yes, then they don't have to put it in after they've put it in the first time. It'll always be there. Now it takes them here. And again, if they're using their smartphone, they can, with their finger, press on Show Appointments, Book Appointments, or Log Out. So I click on Show Appointments, and now it asks me for the date range I want. So I click From and choose my date. I want today to tomorrow. I don't have any appointments for tomorrow, but I'm doing it anyway. So from May 25th to May 26th, and look up appointments. And it will show me every appointment that I have booked for me. And in this case, I've got a 10 a.m. with Teresa DeBacchi for a blow, dry, and curl, and I've got a 12 p.m. with Shelley Habeker for a color one-step. So your staff can check their schedule for any date or date range simply by going to that link. And if they're using their smartphone, after they've gone to that link the first time, whether they're using an iPhone or a Droid or a BlackBerry, they have the option to save that link as a button on their phone. So then they don't have to type in a link. They can just click that button. It'll take them to the screen. Their username and password are already there, and they can hit log in, and then they can choose to look at their appointments. So whether you're using the app or not, your staff have the ability to check their schedule right through their phones or through an off-site computer. Make sense?
Yes, wow.
Okay, so that is the appointments online. Let's take a look at the next picture here. We're going to, go to my online here. The next one is for gift cards or gift certificate sales online. Remember, if you're going to be doing gift cards or gift certificates, you must have your API login and transaction key. But to set up gift cards and gift certificates, it could not possibly be easier. We click on that button. There's very little to do here. If you have pre-made gift certificate packages, they will be listed. And unlike the first one where you check to remove them, this one you check to add them. So if I check this, my Jolene Princess gift certificate will be an option for my customers. Then I get to choose shipping methods. I've got email, FedEx, and overnight here, but when you first use this, there's nothing here. So I'm going to highlight that and delete it. And then I'm going to go to my USPS and delete that. And I'm going to go to my FedEx overnight and delete that, so that it's going to look the way yours would look when you first get to it. So let's take a look again. We go here. If you've already created packages, they'll be here. Then you go here, no shipping methods. We need to create them. So the question you need to ask yourself is this. When somebody buys a gift card or gift certificate online, how do we want them to receive it? Many places say, no gift cards. We sell gift cards in-house, but gift certificates are the only thing we will sell online. That way our customers can get them instantly. They can print them out and walk in and use them, rather than have to wait for us to ship them out a gift card. And that's fine. You can choose to ship them out a gift card as well. So the question is, how do you want your customers to receive them? Well, the most popular way is via email. So I'm going to create a shipping method called email. There we go. And then I say what the charge is for an email. It's free. And add. Your shipping charge has been added. That's it. I just created a shipping charge. Super simple. Now, maybe I do want to be able to ship them gift cards. And I say, okay, I want to be able to ship them first class, USPS. How much am I going to charge for that? I don't know. Let's say $4. And add. What if the customer really needs it fast? Well, maybe I do something like FedEx overnight. And how much am I going to charge for FedEx overnight? Maybe $20. And add. So now I've got 3 different methods of shipment here. You could just have 1. You could have 80. But I've got 3 here. These are the most common. And I save my changes and exit. I'm done. I have set up my gift card module. So now if my customer either goes to my store, so let's check that again. If they go to the store, they're going to click on this gift certificates button. Or you could have already just used the gift certificate direct link, there it is, and you could have turned that into a button on your website, for instance, that might say something like, click here to purchase gift certificates. If they click there, it won't take them to the store. It'll take them directly to the gift certificate purchase window. Then they get to put in, I'm going to say I'm buying, this is my recipient, so I'm buying it for my wife, and I get to enter a dollar amount or choose a gift package. The Jolene Princess is $100. Or maybe I'm just going to say $50. Whoops, I'm not going to use the decimal because I've got the decimal 00 here. So enter amount, $50, or a gift package. Don't do both. You're entering a dollar amount or a gift package. Then my personal message.
Matt, I'm so sorry. Can I pause you for just a second?
Of course.
Thank you so much. So just two very quick questions. If we do not have any gift packages set up, will it still give that or option, or will it just be the enter?
Yes, it will. No, it will show or gift package, and if they use the drop down, there will be no packages
just nothing
available.
There. Okay, excellent. And then my second question, if we did utilize that option by taking the link and adding it as a button on just our regular webpage or even like in an email or something, would they still have to log in and create an account to be able to purchase online?
No, not for a gift certificate. Only
Okay.
for booking appointments.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, continue.
Okay, so I write a message that I want to be on the gift certificate. Congratulations on being married to me. And then I get to choose, ship it to myself, ship it to a recipient, print it out today. And I'm going to choose then my shipping options. Do I want it emailed? Do I want it sent first class U.S. mail? Or do I want it sent FedEx overnight? I'm going to say email and continue. So now it shows me what it is I'm buying. I'm buying Dina Wiggins, gift card for $50. Subtotal is 50, shipping is 0, total is $50. I can add another certificate to my order, so I can buy more than one at a time. Once I have however many gift certificates I want to order, I hit proceed. And that takes me to this page. This is where I'm going to put in my credit card information. So I choose my credit card, I put in my credit card number, my CVV, the expiration, and yes, as you can see, this is a secure site. And my first name, last name, billing address, city, state, zip code, email address, and contact telephone number. All of this is required, hence the little asterisk here that says required field. All of this is required. They filled that information in. Now, this is an email. Because it's an email, that's all they need to fill in. However, if, notice it says when printing out a certificate, you do not have to fill these fields out. However, if I wanted to ship a gift card to my mother, then I would check to a different address and I would put that address here. The reason for that is because in your software, if you're shipping a gift card, you will get a notice that says an online purchase of a gift card has just been made. An alert is what it's called. And when you get that alert, you can even print out the mailing label. And you can grab one of your blank gift cards, swipe it, and all of the information that is associated with that card, who bought it, who it was bought for, the amount, etc., will now apply to that card. You can now stick it into a little box, put the mailing label on it, and send it out. But of course, in my case, it's an email. So I fill in this information and hit process. When I do that, now obviously I'm not doing it now because I'm not actually set up with credit cards because this is a demo. I hit process. I get 2 emails. I get an email which is a receipt that says thank you for purchasing, here's your receipt. I also get another email which is the actual gift certificate itself. I can now forward that certificate to my wife. I can print it out at home, stick it into a little package, put a little bow on it, set it down at the dinner table so that when she sits down to eat, there's a little package for her. And look, I just got her a gift certificate to her favorite spa. Especially if her birthday's the next day and I forgot about it, that's a really nice little feature. So, online gift certificate purchases, they get an email, they can print the email out, and yes, that email has your banner on it. It also has a barcode on it. It also has the information, who owns it, what the value is, etc. They print it out, they walk right into your shop and use it. This is a direct interface with your software. And what do I mean by that? That means that when somebody buys a gift certificate online, there's nothing you need to do. Now, if they buy a gift card that they need to ship out, yeah, you've got some steps to do. But if they're buying a gift certificate online and selected email, there's nothing you at the spa need to do, nothing at all. They can buy it, print it out, walk in, and use it. Your software is aware of it. Your software knows who it was bought for, who bought it, what the value is, etc. You can scan the barcode on it to use it, or you can type in the gift certificate number right there in your point of sale. Nothing you need to do to make that certificate valid. once they've purchased it online. If they filled this information out and they hit process and their card was declined, they will be notified that their card was declined and they won't get a gift certificate. So really very simple and easy to use for purchasing gift certificates online. And finally, let's go ahead and go back to our storefront here, and I'll click on products. Let's go to retail here. In retail, I get to put in up to 10 featured items. Now, every item that you sell in the shop can be sold online. Every item. You could have thousands of items. But then your customers are going to be looking through your categories of products or your manufacturers of products. Like I want to look through Paul Mitchell because I know there was a Paul Mitchell shampoo I wanted, but I don't know what it was called. So I'm going to select Paul Mitchell and look through all of their Paul Mitchell products. Or maybe I go to categories and I select shampoos and I see all of your shampoos. That's fine. That's not what this is. From 1 to 10, these are your featured items. Now I've only put in 6. Featured items, obviously, are the things that you are pushing. These are our specials maybe for this month or something like that. And you can change them at any time. After you've put in your featured items, then you come down here to shipping per item and you put in whatever you want here. I put in $2.50. What that means is that if they buy one product, they're going to get charged $2.50 for shipping. If they bought 3 products, they're going to get charged $7.50 per shipping because it's $2.50 for each individual product that they bought. If they buy 4 products, they're going to get charged $10. Now, then we come over here to manufacturers, and these are going to be restricted. Anything that you check will not be able to be sold online. These manufacturers' products that are checked will not be able to be sold online, and the ones that are left unchecked will be able to be sold online. Then we come down to our categories. Any category that we check will not be able to be sold online, and the categories that we leave unchecked will be able to be sold online. Finally, you might say, like Paul Mitchell can be sold online or Crew can be sold online, but within Crew, there are certain products we don't want to be sold online. So we check those off and leaving only the Crew products that we do allow to be sold online. And save. We're done. So your customers click on retail or purchase products online, or they just click on a link that takes them directly there, and they will see your featured items. So I've got my Age Corrective Starter Kit, I've got my TG Cat Root Boost, my Vavoom Freezing, my Sebastian Shaper Spray, my Bioionic Paddle Brush, and my OPI Big Apple Red. These are my featured items. They could go to my categories, shampoo or finishers or conditioners or skincare or nail polishes, to see other products within those categories. Or they can go by my manufacturers to see other products by that manufacturer that you allow to be sold online. So then what your customer is going to do is choose a product like the TG Cat Root Boost, and they're going to click on that product. Now they already see the price. When they click on the product, they're going to see a couple of other things. They're going to see the product status. This happens to be in stock. Manufacturer is TG. Category is a finisher. Description, this product is for root coloring treatments and not to be used on oily hair. Hunter. Why does it say Hunter? Same reason we talked about that earlier. Anything you write in your description will immediately be able to be read by your customers. So be careful when you're writing your descriptions, if you write a description at all. Everybody knows what a Suave shampoo is, so you may not need a description for it, but maybe you do for dry hair, for oily hair, for whatever. So it can be a very simple thing like for dry hair, or because you're a day spa, maybe this is a skin cream, and you would say something to the effect of, don't use Accutane if you are using this product, or don't use this product if you are using Accutane, or something like that, whatever it may be. So your customer sees this information. By the way, if it is out of stock, it will say out of stock, and they will not be able to add it to their cart. If it is in stock, they can add it to their cart. Now, they can go to checkout, or they can empty their cart, or they can continue shopping. So I'm going to go to checkout, and they can then put in their credit card information and where they want it shipped. Again, only check this and put this information in if they're not shipping directly to whatever address they've put here. So there's your TG Cat Root Boost, the shipping, sales tax to be determined. In this case, we could set it up so that your sales tax is automatically applied, of course, and total before tax, $18.50. They fill in this information, they hit proceed to confirmation. And once again, if their card was accepted, then they will get a notification right on the screen that says that they've successfully purchased this product. They'll also get an email receipt. And in your software, in your point of sale, an alert will pop up that somebody has just made a purchase of a product online. You click on the alert, you can print out the mailing label, and you can grab that product, stick it into a box, and ship it off. And your software will remove that product from your inventory, just as if you had sold it in-house. And the money is on its way to your bank. Go right ahead.
Excellent. Okay. So when they purchase the shipping, that's why we're able to print out the shipping label. So we won't have to be the middleman for that kind of thing.
Be the middleman.
So
when they fill in their order, they are choosing what address you want it to ship to. When you process their order, when you click on that alert, the address that they want it shipped to appears, and there's a button that allows you to print that out so that you can print it right onto a mailing label.
Okay. Got it.
Then you stick it, then maybe you've got those U.S. Post Office one-size-fits-all box, so whether they bought one shampoo or 3 or 1 skin cream or 8, you just put them in the box, close it, put their shipping label on it, and send it off.
Got it.
But you still have to put your stamps on it, of course, or however you do that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, believe it or not, that's all there is to it. That's the online store. Now, there is one other thing that I want to mention. Once your online store is set up, if you are using the cloud, this does not apply to the installed version. Everything I showed you, by the way, was the installed version. So you absolutely get to use the online store with the installed version of the software. But if you are using the cloud, then you also have the app available to you that you can purchase. It is an additional fee, so I do want to make you aware of that. The online store is free, but you do also have the app, which allows your customers to download your app. And I say your app because it's going to, when they go to Google Play or the Apple App Store, they're going to put in the name of your business, the Spa Within, and there will be your logo. They can download it, and on their phone, the icon will appear with your logo. And when they click on it, where it says your salon and spa here, it'll say the Spa Within, and the background behind the buttons will be the image that you selected, and your customers then will be able to do things like book their own appointments right through their app. And they'll be able to do a lot more as well. And that, they'll even get their emails right through the app. That's just one of the 6 different, actually more than 6, one of the 12 different features that they're able to do. I say 12 different features because they also have this one here, this My Account, and that's the one where it's their profile. They click on profile, they can update their information. When they fill in this information, it actually changes their client file in your Transcend software. Their service history, they will be able to see a list of every service they've ever gotten from you. Their retail history, they'll be able to see a list of all the products they've ever purchased from you. Their membership status, if they have a membership, they'll be able to see what type of membership they have, how many points they have, etc. Their gift card or gift certificate status, if they own a gift card or gift certificate, what the value is, and their series status, if they own a series. So all of that is available to them, again, and a lot more. They can do so much through the app. They can even send direct messages to your business by clicking on Message Us. They can then type in their message. I was hoping you'd let me know if next Saturday you were expecting to be very busy. In your software, something like this pops up. And you can type in the message and hit send. You can even hit client info and it'll bring up Breanne Johnson's client file. You hit send and maybe you say, well, Saturdays are usually pretty busy. Yes, but I have an opening with Jill at 1 o'clock who I see you normally see when you're here. Interested? She has an hour. So you get to go back and forth with them in real time without having to use texting right through the app. And of course, because you don't have to use texting, you don't have a cause of action. If they didn't want to get a text from you because they downloaded your app, They are accepting the fact that you can send messages to them. They can even book their own appointments and confirm their appointments right through the app. So if they said upcoming, every appointment that they have with you will appear on their screen, and they can just touch to confirm. It'll ask them if they want to go ahead and continue to confirm. Yes, it'll show confirmed here, and in your appointment book, in your Transcend software, it will be confirmed. So I just want you to be aware of that. That is available to you. You also have the ability to do the app for your employees rather than for your customers. But you get both, by the way, when you sign up for the app. If you sign up for the app, you certainly don't have to. Your employees can book appointments or look at client service history for a specific customer that they have provided those services for, or check their schedule. With that one click, they will see exactly what their schedule is without having to go through the process I just showed you with the online store. They just click on check your appointments and they see their schedules for whatever date range they choose. Client retail history, they can look up a specific client, and see all the products that that client has purchased, message us just like the client can. They can communicate directly with the salon or spa, and Daily Rundown shows them exactly what their day is going to look like. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention because it requires the online store to be up and running in order for the app to work. Whether you're in the cloud, well, it only works with the cloud, but if you say, well, I'm not going to use the online store, I'm going to use the app, well, the online store still has to be set up in order for the app to work.
Got it.
Okay? All right, guys. That's it. That's the class. Do you have any questions for me at all?
That was a lot, but I love it. I love it. I think that's
well,
a great
terrific.
tool.
I'm glad that you like it, and I don't want you to think that because you took this class, now you've got to set up your online store by yourself, and you've got to make sure it works. What we want you to do is understand what it can do for you, and then we can help you set it up. That's what we're here for. Technical support and training is always available to you it is available 24/7, but it's always available to you for free during our regular business hours. So you've heard it before. I'm going to say it again. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. The people who know the most about the software are the people who are happiest with it, and I can't thank you enough for, especially today, specifically the Spa Within. You guys have been incredible. You have been with me all day long. And
thank you for your wise words.
My pleasure. Do you want a copy of this?
I would love it. Yeah, I would love a copy of all of them. Yes, thank you.
By the way, have you gotten some of the other classes already?
Yes, I just wanted to check those too. We have we got the beginner class and the advanced class so far, so we're still just waiting on the last one, but they're on their way, I'm sure.
Yep, no problem at all. I'll get both of those out to you probably within the hour.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Matt. You were excellent.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You as well. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.